So today, what I want to speak about, or what I want to bring notice to, is thankfulness. I cover some of this in my Affiliate Accelerated Live class. However, I do believe that it should be covered in a setting such as this. So I have 3 golden rules, and one of them, which is rule number 3, always show appreciation. How many of us find ourselves in situations where we just get bogged down by all the negativity happening? With your hands, all right? We all do. We all have this thing where we just get sucked in to the life that we don't really want, nor the life that we want to go after. And I'm going to use Isla because I spoke about Isla a lot in this class. I brought her up. And with Isla, massive change, by the way, in everything. I think I told her this, but I considered Isla as a liability. I did tell you that, Isla. And I also did tell you I didn't want you close to me because you were like a fucking bomb. I did tell you that, right? Okay, good. That's who I looked at Isla as, because it just seemed like she, at that time, was like a ticking time bomb, right? She's just looking for the next thing to then go to the next thing to then try to find the next thing, which is showing me a lot of instability, but also it shows me that she's not present and she's not aware of what she has. So she's completely just disregarding everything that she has as an opportunity, looking and seeking for the next thing. And believe it or not, every one of us do those things. Every one of us are victims of that. How many of us do that? Wiggle your hands. Let's just be honest. We have food in our plate, and instead of us enjoying the food on our plate, we're looking at the next person's plate like, hey, can I get some of that? Danny's like, well, I just did that to Levi today, all right? We all do that though, every single one of us. We're all looking at that other plate, and what happens is we're not spending that much time on our plate. This story is gonna be about Isla. 4 months ago, Isla was struggling. She was struggling to pay her bills. She was struggling to survive, essentially. And the funny thing about that is, not only was she struggling financially and all these other things, she was always on a search, a never-ending search. Isla, please don't let me speak for you. Please, I'll give you the opportunity to unmute yourself. Please don't let me speak for you. If I say anything incorrect, please let me know. Isla was always on a search. What is better? What can I find that's better? How can I do this better, faster, take less time? What else can I do? And Isla completely disregarded what she had in front of her plate in the pursuit of this other fantasy that she may have conjured up. Now, because Isla performed like that, what then tended to happen was she didn't really get to enjoy what she had in front of her to her best of her abilities, or to the best of her knowledge, or however you want to put it. She didn't really actually enjoy it. She didn't have a chance to understand to enjoy it, because she was always just looking for that next thing. How many of you guys feel like you're experiencing life like that right now? Wiggle your hands. You're just looking for the next thing, so you're not actually enjoying what you have right now. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. In my opinion, Isla woke up. And Isla didn't just wake up, but she came to understand and acknowledge and appreciate what was in front of her, which was this thing. Isla, I think they were telling me that you're almost about to hit $40,000, and you're on track to hit $40,000?
Yeah.
Isla, seriously? What the fuck? That's so fucking amazing. You just blew right past 20,000. It was nothing. That's so cool. Let me ask you a few questions now. Isla, are you more focused now than you ever were before?
Yes.
Are you still distracted trying to do a bunch of different things and trying to find what you're missing, or you know what you're doing now?
I know what I'm doing now.
All right. So now Isla is a little bit more focused, and because of this focus that she has, she's able to attract and acquire better and bigger results. But it didn't start with her choosing to be focused. Where do you think it started with? It started by her simply being appreciative, grateful, for what she had in front of her. And this is where most of us fail. There's always something to be excited for. There's always something to be excited for. The same exact way, there's always something to be pissed off about. But here's the big statement or the big question. What are we going to do? Are we going to celebrate or are we going to mourn? My grandfather is probably going to die soon. I've been saying this. Hopefully I'm not jinxing him or anything like that. I went to see him not too long ago. He's lost his fucking mind, his cotton picking mind. All right? Do I look like I'm sad? No, because I can celebrate his life, be grateful for the fact that he was alive, and to be sad and dismantled about something that I can't control. Which one do you think would offer me more productivity? What do you think would offer me a better chance of accomplishing something? Operating through fear or operating through excitement? Let's do an assignment. I love assignments. And this is the assignment that I did yesterday actually. Who here is going through a rough time? Who here is down on their luck? Shit ain't just working for them. Like, I'm going through the fucking shitter right now. How many of you guys? Wiggle your hands. All right, keep your hands wiggled. I want to choose somebody. Keep your hands wiggled. Awesome. Valerie. Valerie's in my coaching, right? I've seen her face often. Okay, awesome. Valerie, what's going on with you? Why do you feel like you're down on your luck? What's going on?
It's just one of those times. This week has been particularly pretty rough for me.
Okay.
Maybe TMI, it's that time of the month, so the hormones are like heightened on top of everything. Just like the financial burdens and the stress, and I live alone, so I am not like talking to a lot of people either, to just try to get out of my mind, including just working as a nurse and also being in grad school at the same time. It's just a lot all at once. And it's, I don't know, this week was just a lot harder for me to reshift my mindset back into a positive one, but still trying to get through it, pray to God a lot, still trying to praise Him all the same, despite the situation.
So let me get this straight. You got a lot of shit you got going on right now for yourself, and it's so frustrating, isn't it? You're juggling school, right? Your profession, nursing. You're getting a degree, correct?
Correct. I'm getting my terminal degree. I'm in grad school.
You're in grad school, right? You got all this shit that you're doing. It's so much. How do you manage to bear all of this weight?
That's a good question. It's hard. I often feel like I'm not juggling everything as well as I like it. I'm beating myself up about it.
Okay, that's interesting. Because you know what's also interesting? How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. So you know what's also interesting? Most 27-year-olds would love to be in your shoes. Some of the people that I know that's 27 years old still don't even have a pot to piss in. You said you have your own apartment. Where you live? Own fucking apartment in expensive ass California? Much less? And you're in grad school? My God, guys, I found a fucking boss. And she's sitting here saying that she's fucking stressed and under pressure and shit ain't going good for her. Shit is amazing for you. See, look at it this way. Which one do you rather have? Do you rather have all of this stuff lined up for you, or you rather have nothing fucking going for you?
I'd rather have all of the stuff that I have going on.
Why?
Something. It's opposite of the latter of nothing. And even though what stress, it's still something that some people don't even have the opportunity to have. It's still just a part of their one's thoughts or dreams. But it's something that's currently in my possession, I guess you can say.
Okay, so let me let me ask you another question. Do you know other people that have not even half of what you have right now? Do you know other people, like off the top of your head? people that don't have their own house are still probably living with their parents. They're not in school. They're just at a fucking working at McDonald's or Walgreens or wherever. Do you know at least somebody that fits this description?
That's the description. I know some people who are still living with their parents.
All right. And they're not getting a degree. They're not in med school.
They are in the medical field, but they're still living with their parents.
She only hangs out with med school kids. That's all it is. However, great. Which life do you rather? Do you rather have the life that you have, the freedom that you have, the stresses that you have, or do you rather someone else's stress? Because the greatest thing about your stress is that you have an option. You have options in your life. Can you explain to me how valuable options are in your life?
Limited to one path or one direction.
Okay.
You have, again, different options and different opportunities.
And how does that make
different paths.
And how does it make you feel?
That makes me grateful because then I'm just not stuck to just one way. I have multiple paths to look down to get to.
All right. So what about feeling? What about feeling? Not a feeling of gratefulness. Give me an actual feeling. How do you feel knowing that you have done these things for yourself? You have aligned these things for yourself. I didn't do it for you. You did it for yourself. How does that make you feel?
I think truthfully, if I'm speaking from the heart, I feel like there's still so much more that I could do for myself.
I understand.
There's still that other part of me that should be graceful
Mm-hmm.
to myself and just be proud of where I've come, or like how far I've come based on the work that I've done.
Right. So the issue is this, right? And this is going to go into another tangent that I didn't really want to get into, but here we go. Right now, you're focused on your gap, right? You're focused on where you are right now and where you're trying to go. That's the opposite of what I'm trying to explain for you guys to do. Because when you're focused on where you are and where you're trying to go, what then tends to happen is you have this overwhelm, you have this stress, you have this anxiety. How many of you guys feel anxiety? Wiggle your hands. Anxiety is not of the past, nor is anxiety of the present. Where do you think, type in the chat, where do you think anxiety comes from? Thank you so much, Tammy. Anxiety comes from the future. But how can we have a feeling towards something that hasn't existed as yet? How can we have a feeling towards something that didn't exist as yet? Hey guys, check this out. I'm not gonna get married because I'm probably gonna get a divorce and I'm gonna feel sad. So I'm just not gonna get married. Does that make fucking sense? No, it doesn't. Guys, do you think that order and things that I just did with the decisions that I just made, do you think that makes sense? But I'm worried about a future, so I'm restricting my present. Does that make sense? However, you're looking at what you don't have, you're looking at your gap. But while you're looking at your gap, sweetheart, what's really happening is you're sabotaging your present moments because you're so focused on the future. Guys, you'll understand what just happened and what I just said and what I just did. Do you guys understand that, or do you want me to repeat it all over again for you? Give me a thumbs up if you get it. Give me a dumbass slap if you want me to repeat it again. All right, great. So again, you cannot allow your future, the future thing that did not happen already, to dictate your present. And that's what most people do. It doesn't matter about what needs to get done or how far our goals are from where we currently are. Because the only thing that we have is what? Now. So, for you, Valerie, I wouldn't tell you to be focused on your gap, right? This is your gap that you're focusing on. The gap is the things that you don't have. It's the things that are missing. By the way, guys, if you really want to make a lot of sales, sell on people's gaps. It's just you gave us a TMI, this is a TMI. You want to really make some sales, sell on a gap that someone else has. Now, what you want to do, Valerie, is you want to focus on your gain, okay? Focusing on your gain. Focusing on your gain brings feelings like thankfulness and gratefulness and excitement and positivity and anticipation and all the positive, fun feelings. Happens with gain. And I'll give you guys an example. Valerie, I used to be a huge, or actually not Valerie, but everybody. I used to be a huge Pokemon fan. How many of you guys watch Pokemon? With your hands. Not watch Pokemon, play Pokemon. Guys, I'm such a Pokemon fan. I swear to you, some of you guys would think I'm lying if I didn't say this or actually show it. But I bought a GameCube. This is 2023. I bought a GameCube from 2002, if I'm fucking correct, just so that I can fucking buy this game, Pokemon Coliseum. Because when I was younger, it was my absolute favorite game. This with Pokemon Diamond and all that other stuff. But I absolutely love this game. But this is going to be an interesting story. Do you guys want me to tell you what happened in this game? I stopped playing this game. Although I bought it to play it, I don't know if you guys know, but for you to find a GameCube, it's not, you ain't buying GameCube retail price. There's someone that's gonna charge you an arm and a leg for a GameCube, much less the controllers, and then the games like this. But I bought this game and I played it for probably a week, and then I stopped. Why do you think that is? I understand why it is, because I understand my brain. Why do you think it is? Well, because I already played this game. But hold on. It's not that I got bored. Hold on. I already played this game. I already know how far I can go on this game. I already know my limits on this game. I've done it before. I know what it's like. I know what it feels like. I have that experience. However, that memory card that's on that game ain't the memory card on these games. So the memory card that I had 10 years ago, 15 years ago, ain't the memory card that I have on here. What does this have to do with anything, Junior? Check this out. I am starting this game not off of anticipation. I am starting this game off of expectation to reach to that other level where I was before. Is this game as fun anymore? Yes or no? Just off of me simply doing that. Is this game fun? I'm now just playing this game because I expect to get to this level. Is this game fun for me right now? Great, it's not fun, so what do? I put the game fucking down and I never touch it again. How do I expect to get to the goal? How do I expect to get to that destination if I put the game down? If I stop playing? If I stop moving? I can't. So I just lost. And that's what a lot of you guys are doing. This is what looking at your gap will do for you or do to you. Does that analogy help you guys? Whereas when I first started playing the game, first time, I wasn't looking at where I could go. I was in the moment, enjoying it, being present. And before I knew it, I got way further in the game. Not because I was looking at where I could go, but I was looking at how far I came. When you're living in a world where gratitude and thankfulness is in the forefront of your mind, you're going to have superpowers and you're going to be able to achieve way more than if you're sitting down wondering or anxious about where you're not as yet. Valerie, I want you to rattle off everything that you're grateful for right now in your life. Everything, just rattle it off. Everything that you have, everything that you've accomplished for, everything that you overcame in your past, I want you to just rattle it off for me super fast. Her family is alive. She has great friends. What else?
Grateful for my dog. Grateful for my sense of sight, the sense of hearing, the sense of smell, taste, touch. Some people don't have that. The true joys and still able to have food in my fridge, a roof over my head, a bed to sleep in, and a blanket to be under while it's cold outside during this winter or fall season. Grateful for church and community here and in the church. Grateful Yeah, just grateful for a lot of things and want that to.
Now that you just did that, and those things are in the forefront of your memory, of your mind, are any of the things that you were complaining about before, does any of it fucking matter to you at this moment? It's crazy how it just all disappeared, right? See, you're always gonna have the negative and you're always gonna have the positive around you. Regardless of what you like, it's always gonna be there. All right? When Valerie is sitting down focusing on her stress levels and her schooling thing and this pressure and being alone and this, when she's sitting down focusing on those things, you know what she's not focusing on? The fact that she has a healthy family. She has all of her senses. She has God guiding her. She has her own car. She has her own house. She's not focusing on the things that she has. She's focusing on the lack, which then, right, the devastation doesn't come from focusing on it. The devastation comes from what it breeds. Because when Valerie sits down and she focuses on everything she does not lack, she does not have, what does she do unconsciously? She searches for more things to add it to the list. For instance, Valerie, when I told you rattle off everything, half of the things you said, were you actually aware of thinking of those things prior? Or no, you were just literally looking for things and they just came out of your mouth? Because now she's looking for them. So my suggestion, my recommendations for you guys, operate with thankfulness, gratefulness, be present. It'll allow you to fall in this bundle of abundance where you're no longer just existing just to exist, but you're existing and looking forward for more positive things to happen in your life. Every one of us have something amazing happening for us at the moment. Not yesterday, not a week ago. Everyone has something amazing happening for each and every one of us at this moment. The problem is, we also have this other thing that may not be that well. What are we going to choose to focus on? Are we going to choose to focus on the great? Or are we going to focus on the not so great? So, what your assignment would be for today is I want you guys to go over to Circle. Go to your Circle app. And I want you to rattle off 5 things, just 5. 5 things that you're grateful for. And then what you're going to do for the next 7 days is you're going to go back in and comment. Every single time something new happens amazing to you, you're going to update and you're going to comment, oh, okay, here's an update. I'm grateful for this thing as well. Does that make sense? You guys have an awesome assignment. Let's take more note and put more face on what we should be grateful for versus what we should not be grateful for. All right? Anyways, guys, I know that it was a super short class. I thank each and every one of you guys for your time. I hope it was straightforward and to the point. I hope you guys got the message. Now, I do also want to reiterate the fact that we do have this event coming up December 8th and 9th. And I know that a lot of you guys should give it a chance and be there, right? If you are truly certain about making affiliate marketing work for yourself, I think it would be in your best interest to actually pursue it. Not just on words, not just verbally pursuing it, but taking an action towards the step of pursuing it, all right? Whether you're brand new here, whether this is your first week, or your second week, your first month, whether you haven't taken the Affiliate Accelerator Live class, or whether you're just learning about me, I don't think any one of you guys should wait. In my personal opinion, if you want something, you should just go for it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Anyways, take care, guys.